Good morning, church. It's good to be with you today. Happy Saturday. Today we encounter the downfall and the final days of Solomon. We're finally in Kings revealed to what he has been doing wrong his entire time as the king, and that has been amassing wives for himself, and not just Israelite wives, but foreign wives who want to follow foreign gods. And Solomon is so smitten by love for them that he abandons God in favor of the love of his wives. And this is just it's a horrible reminder that, like we talked about before, all of us have that chink in our armor, that weakness, that desire in our flesh that we would rather pursue. And we see that it cost Solomon not only the peace of his kingdom, because the promise about him is that he would be a man of peace, and his kingdom would be a kingdom of peace, and instead people seeking vengeance from old wars come and hassle him in his territory, and the kingdom is ripped away from him. He's only left with Judah. And we see it's interesting in Chronicles, when the prophet approaches Jeroboam, he says, here's 12 pieces, take 10, one's given to Solomon. That leaves one, and that's the Levites. The Levites are never assigned to any tribe. Their inheritance is God alone. And so we see that reality continued to be played out. But I thought that this was such a good tie-in to Romans chapter 6, because in 6 we hear about our new life in Christ, that we die to ourselves, that sin no longer rules over us. And so therefore do not let sin reign in your mortal body, so that you obey its desires, and do not offer any parts of it to sin as a weapon for unrighteousness, but as those who are alive from the dead, offer yourself to God, and all parts of yourself to God as weapons for righteousness. So the reality is that we cannot give in to these fleshly desires. We have to, like Paul says, beat our bodies into submission. And he's not talking about physically abusing ourselves, but exerting the will that God has put in us, the ability to succeed, and exerting that over the flesh so that we can live good and godly lives. Pray to God for the opportunity to do that. Don't give in to those things that try to pull our attention away, because God will have to issue consequences for those times that we do that. You have a blessed Saturday, church. Take some time to rest, and I look forward to seeing you soon.